And it wasn't to my Aunt Candy. Shout out to my Aunt Candy. She hit me up and was like, yo, Richard, your rhymes are dope, but you in church at choir rehearsal every Sunday. You at Bible study all the time. And somebody run up on you to test you on your lyrics. What you gonna do? The portion of me, which is why I'm still doing music, is like I never did it for the support of people. When you do it for the love of the art, people see that and then they're drawn to that. You know what I mean? So much today is manufactured. They try to manufacture a love. I mean, but when you manufacture a love, that's infatuation, and infatuation fades. It doesn't grow. So their expectation for us had no basis. But when they met us as people and what we did, man, we helped to change their perspective forever, as well as the kids.
So why would you do that? He's like, bro, you don't understand. And I'm like, I really don't. Because I don't understand. You should have let us finish this album and then said, okay, God, I'm ready. He's like, nah, bro, that's not how it works. Da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And hey, and I think that you should too. And my response was, for what?
Truth in the air, let it speak.
Welcome back to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast. Listen, today am I honored or is he honored?
Oh, the honor's always going to be yours. It's always going to be yours. I'm your honor because I'm judging you. The judge is your honor. I'm judging you, so I'm the honors.
Your name doesn't start with a G or end with a D. Therefore...
All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. So, like I was saying, welcome back. Well, I ain't doing all that again. Listen, today we have one of the most talented brothers I need to stop hitting this chair. One of the most talented brothers I have ever met. And I am honored to call him my brother. Yes, me, him, and Ron Smith. Yes, we are brothers. Long story. Don't ask because we still gonna tell you anyway. But listen, this dude is a bar-heavy lyricist. This dude, if he wants to, he can sing. Not sing, but he can sing, okay? This dude is Thunderclap Almighty. Hold up, pause, because I don't know how somebody gonna take that.
Yeah, bro.
When it comes to when we in church, he got the loudest clap.
Yeah,
when we talking about...
I got a story about that later. I'll tell you about that.
When we talk about the Lord, he got a loud clap. Yeah, I ain't like how that sounded. See, I don't have to do certain things until people like you are in the room.
That's your fault, bro. That's your conscience.
It's not my conscience. It's the environment.
I told you to judge. I'm judging you. That's why I told you in the beginning. In full circle. It's the circle of life.
That's outside the circle. But listen, y'all. I am pleased to present to y'all my big brother. And I'll never call you that again. Cutright himself.
See, you only call me big because this waist. I got this extra weight. You know what I'm saying? I am your big brother. I'm heavier than you, so I'm always going to be your big brother. Acknowledge it. I like how that sound. You saying that.
You'll never hear me say that again.
My big brother, Cutright. I just need to, you know what I'm saying? It sound like we in a fraternity. Oh, big brother, Cutright. Oh, that's how it just sound, bro. You know what I mean? I like that. You know what I mean? BBC. Oh, no, that's that red man. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know about that red man? BBC. Ooh, girl, you nasty. That's before Christ, though. That's before Jesus.
Exactly. Don't do that, bro.
Well, I can say it to my wife, though.
We're not going there. Listen. Everything I told y'all is fact. Everything I told y'all is truth. I've been waiting for this episode because I know the energy he brings. So if y'all don't see any energy from him, ask him where it went, okay? So listen. Everything I said, is there anything that I'm missing?
Man, you ain't mentioned nothing about the producer. You ain't running about the videographer, the art designer, the fashionaire, you know what I'm saying? I do hair. I know how to make chopsticks, you know what I'm saying, bro? Comic book creator, part-time crime fighter. All this stuff, bro, you missing, preacher, evangelist of the good word, all that. Do I got to do it like this to let you know?
Yes.
Bro, I don't preach like that,
Lord.
bro. I
Come
don't
on.
know asthma, bro. I don't know how to do that and don't get asthma, bro. They right here. But maybe they running out of breath, so that's what they got to take that deep breath to run
I think
it back,
that's
bro.
why.
That's what it is.
Other than because they try not to
You do like
Choke
that when
on
at
that
McDonald's?
sweat coming out your forehead.
Can I get a Big Mac with some extra fries? Super size it. See, the Lord said my cup will run it over. So when I get the super size it, it's because I'm super sized in the spirit.
Y'all see what I
Y'all
gotta
don't
deal
hear
with?
me. Lord, my throat hurt doing that, bro.
Y'all see what I deal with? This
Your
is what I
throat
have to
hurt.
deal with on a regular basis, okay? We
It's your
have
choice,
known
though.
each other.
That's your choice.
Well, I mean, it might be my choice, but, you know, it pays. We've known each other, what?
2003, 2004?
20-something years.
Yeah, about 20-something
That's
years.
a long time.
I know. You still look the same.
Bruh, oh, bruh.
You know what I'm saying? You just got dreads now.
I have locks. There's a difference.
Yeah, that's right. Because the dreads, they said locks because the dreads is deaf and it's fear and all. Okay, I see
Thank
you, bro.
you.
Thank
I
you for the
appreciate
correction.
that.
I appreciate you. Thank you so Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I can't reach that far. My stomach in the way. Anyway, so we've known each other 20 years plus. We practically grew up together right outside of high school, which is crazy. We didn't go to school together.
Nah.
And you were the first person that not the first, one of the first that I knew that did all this creative stuff. You were also the person that said, hey, we need to go have a conversation with God. You did that. So I appreciate you for that. And I'm pretty sure my family appreciates that too. So today we're talking about creative roots. This is going to go whichever direction we take it in. So question. Who is this knocking on the door? Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
After these messages. Yeah, so what my brother Tate was telling you here was all facts, man. You know what I'm saying? 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? We've been meeting and linking up. Well, you don't know, man. My sinuses is going crazy.
So what was you saying when I got up?
Yeah. So you were just telling people, before you got up, you were just telling people how great and amazing
What
I
were
am.
you saying when I got up?
Yeah, I was just reiterating. That's the word.
Yeah.
Reiterating to the people how you was telling them how great and amazing I was. You know what I'm saying? And I was like telling to the camera, like, yeah, everything he said was true. You can Google it. Ask Grok. It'll tell you. Cutright's the best.
So anyway. So the question I was asking, y'all, that was FedEx. We were waiting on a package. They're actually kind of early. But anyway, so first question I'm asking, what seed was planted that got you into this creative space? And what was the first thing that you started doing? Because you listed a lot.
I mean, yeah, so, all of it, of course, got to stem from Mondoose, you know what I'm saying? So my mother, the wonderful, beautiful, amazing, talented, anointed, supernatural, in the kitchen cooking, Celeste Cutright. If you ain't had them turkey wings and banana pudding, you better hit her Google. I ain't gonna put her Instagram out. I'm gonna run your business up. I'm gonna put it down here. It's right here. Do you do that? Do you put the Instagram stuff right here?
No, but it'll be in the description below.
Yeah, right. So then my mother's, man, she been a minister of music for almost 50 years, playing for churches since she was 13. You know what I'm saying? And really, my father was a assistant pastor at a church in Queens. So growing up, I just grew up in a, family, you singing from diapers. You know what I'm saying? Just locked in with music, around 5 or 6. Came across comic books, fell in love with the art and the stories, which helped me just really learn how to read, because I love reading comic books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that helped to drive my love for reading. At that time, growing up, I had a speech impediment, so I had to stutter. A lot of people don't know I had to stutter all the way up till I was like 12, man, and although I would sing in church, it wasn't when I sung, I didn't stutter, but every time I would talk, I was like machine gun mouth. I would be like, hey, it was like that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was that bad.
It was bad, bro, you know what I mean? To the point where even like some family members, they call me machine gun mouth. I was like, but I still kept talking though, but you ain't gonna stop. No, I ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna stop me. You ain't gonna stop me, you know what I'm saying? And it was, it was actually what's crazy is growing up, I wasn't allowed to listen to rap music. I probably heard 6 or 7 regular rap songs outside of all the way till I got down to North Carolina. But when I got down here, I remember the first 3 tapes I got. That's all feeding into creative process was DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot, Big Pun, Capital Punishment, and Cannabis Cannot Bust. But it was all the Walmart versions. It was the Walmart version. So I know the whole DMX and Dark, can I get a what? You know how it, I mean, when I heard the original versions, I was like, grabbing pearls and stuff, bro, because I ain't know it sound like that, because all I knew was the Walmart versions. You know what I'm saying?
I never knew the Walmart version unless it was played on the radio.
Yeah, bro.
Put that out there.
Man, yeah, bro. That's the only way I was allowed to get it. So that ain't happened till I moved down North Carolina. So I'm like 12. Yeah, 12 when I first heard, my first complete hip-hop album. And still stuttering, doing all this. And I was walking home from school one day, and I start hearing like raps in my head, and I just start rapping. And the very next day I woke up, like I couldn't sleep. I just was raps was going through my head like so crazy, bro. It was like, and I woke up the next day and I stopped stuttering. And from then on, I've never stuttered, bro. And I come to find out, at least for me, my understanding of the reason why people stutter is because we try to, when our mind moves as fast as it does, so that our mouth don't catch up. But I could freestyle all day without cussing or nothing like that because, like, it's release. My mind is going, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Lord, like, revealing that to me, allowed me to tap into my natural gift. And I was like, I was set free from stuttering, you know what I'm saying? Which gave me the confidence I got now to say whatever I want on camera. And, like you. So, yeah, man. But all of that folds into it because the fact that I was always in church and I had a stutter, it kind of had me isolated a lot. So then I started just drawing. I love comic books. I love the art. So I started drawing. I started doing all just all that. I won a bunch of art competitions down here in North Carolina. Did poetry, spoke at my high school graduation, you know what I'm saying? Had everybody in tears and, you know what I'm saying? Just got opportunities, start writing just rhyme books and everything else. And everything else that came out of it from the aspect of painting, cover design, videography, all of that just came from my need to create. You know what I mean? I feel like at a heart that we are all made with the drive to create because we're made in the image of our creator. You know what I'm saying? When God created, he didn't just stop at, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here goes, a little turtle. He made 17 different types of turtles. He made 15 different types of bugs. He made, you know what I'm saying? We even made a little lower than the angels, but yet we're made in the image of the Lord. You know what I mean? So even in that, in his omniscience and omnipotence, he has a desire to create, and because we're made in his image, I feel like that we're the most closest to who we are when we create as he created.
Now, for those of y'all that didn't see it, go back, check out Ron Smith episode, because Cut just touched on some of that a little bit more in detail than what me and Ron did. So go check that out. And we have not had a conversation with each other. Yeah. You haven't talked to Ron, have you?
Nah, bro. He still owe me up. I ain't even going to that, bro. I love you, Ron. The Lord love you, bro. I love you. I'm not going to bring that up.
But listen. So all of this took place basically middle school.
About 12, middle school around there. They just start finding my legs. But it was crazy though, bro, because like even in my creative identity, like I just learned how to count bars by listening to this song, like how many rhyming words went before a hook. Okay, 16 bars. Okay, so then I guess that's a bar. I got to make sure the words rhyme here. Then the thing that drove me with the rappers that I listened to was even the creativity of them, like your boy, your cannabis, what you know what I'm saying? It get everything thrown at you and your crew. What he say with the LL? They watch me rip the tap from your arm, kick you when you're grown, stick you for your vanguard, award in front of your moms, your first, second, and third born, make your wife get on the arm, go Mr. Fair. That second round knockout when he was dissing LL, bro.
That track,
bro, that joint was fire,
legendary.
Bro. It's
I don't care what nobody
bro.
say.
It's legendary. You know
LL lost after that.
Oh yes, bro. 99% of your fans don't exist. Whatever. Oh yeah. here, bro.
Yeah.
I was here. I was in the 1%, I guess.
I was there. I
You know what
mean,
I'm
that's all
saying?
you really need is 1%.
You know what I'm saying? So, but just the creativity and those, even them crafting the bars attracted me more than a lot of other hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Even the
Yeah.
creativity in that. So, when I started my journey, even as an artist with penmanship and all that in mind, I was always trying to emulate the creative portion of it, the storytelling portion of it, the ones
Yeah.
that made you make that face, like, ooh, who farted? Ooh, who cooking? Is that chitlins? That type of face.
Stank
When
face.
I created my art, I desired for that to be the outcome because that's what I listen to. And I'm like, if I don't make that face when I listen to my own music, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Well, how is it gonna have that effect on you? So that kind of drove me there. But in emulating them, I got lost in trying to do what they did and to talk about the things that they talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about like cutting people up and serving body parts. You know what I mean? Breakfast and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was on that.
Wu-Tang 36 Chambers.
Look, bro. I mean the B.I.G. bro. You know what I mean? The best ever. Tupac #2. That's why 2 is in his name. 2. Biggie #1 forever, son. So anyway, matter of fact, Jesus #1, then Biggie #2, and then Pac #2 also. So you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is, I found myself trying to just talk about and boast in a lifestyle that wasn't for me. You know what I mean, and my joints was super violent, and it wasn't to my Aunt Candy. Shout out to my Aunt Candy. She hit me up and was like, "Yo, Richard, your rhymes are dope, but." You in church and choir rehearsal every Sunday. You at Bible study all the time. And somebody run up on you to test you on your lyrics. What you gonna do?
Slap him with the Holy
You know
Ghost,
what I'm saying, bro?
Holy Ghost
ain't no Holy Ghost in you with what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that really challenged me to say, she's like, yo, listen, just make stuff that's more real to the life that you live, which drove me to even start making music about comic books and anime and wrestling and the things that I loved. You know what I mean? Versus the things that everybody else engaged in for the sake of being a part of that, and that was before I was you know what I'm saying, truly living this life and trying to be sold out. But you know what I'm saying? So that helped to spur and give me confidence in separating myself from being what everybody else is rapping about. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That makes sense. And I don't know why my phone keep vibrating because ain't nobody sending me no money. Just saying. So you went from middle school and basically honed in on half of what you do. Now, I know when we met, you were doing production. Because I don't want to just say making beats. Because what you were doing, like a Scott Storch or a Timbaland or a Dr. Dre, you weren't making beats. You were actually making production. You were producing.
Yeah.
So we met from Shonda.
Yep. Shouts out to Shonda.
Shout out to Shonda.
Grandma Big Draws, that's what I used to call her.
She gonna get you.
That's all right. That's all right. I want her to get me. Holla at me, girl. I ain't see you in some years. So, we gotta get a cookout.
Shonda, we ain't heard from you, girl.
Need a BLT. You know what I mean? Get corn dogs or something. I don't know.
This dude. So we met from Shonda. I started recording songs for your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Cuddy Boy. From there,
it's Cuddy Cutright, sir. He's elevated. He's a father now. It's Cuddy.
Oh,
he's not Cuddy Boy. It's Cuddy Man.
He's just Cuddy. Okay.
Oh yeah, Cuddy Cutright.
Okay.
Yeah. Cuddy
Shout out to Cuddy Cutright.
That's right.
Grown man status now. But yeah. So that's when we started.
Yeah.
And when we met, like I said, you were already doing production. That was every bit of right outside of high school.
Yeah, like I said, about 2004. So when we met,
no, it wasn't that far.
Was it 2004?
No, because I went to Full Sail in 2003.
So it must have been after then, 2005, because I graduated in 2002. When we met, I was like 2021.
I graduated in 2002. Was it before or after?
It was after.
I went to Florida.
It was after. Because you were living there off of Albemarle Road in them apartments, and Jason was over there.
I'm glad I don't stay there no more.
I mean, he was at apartment 37 at the Top Sale Apartments.
So yeah, that is right.
That's right.
Because
yeah.
if I remember correctly, Shonda was driving a school bus
She was driving,
too.
and you were driving the school bus.
And that's how I got in contact with Shonda.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you being the producer and artist, and then we'll move on from that.
Yeah. So the production thing happened thanks to my bro Ronald Harold, aka SMG. You know what I'm saying? He saw me in this crazy wild story. He saw me in a Walgreens. She was working at Domino's Pizza. Ran into a Walgreens off of South Boulevard. But we were when we were coming up in middle school, we was in a group called the 100 Black Men. And it was a group that they had where they took 100 young men. They said, hey, if you guys can keep your grades up above this average, we're going to give each of you guys, I believe it was like $10,000 or $15,000 towards your college when you graduate high school. Mm-hmm. So I was in that joint. I got kicked out. So I got kicked out after my father had passed away. Okay. Because they had that you couldn't fail school. But and I ended up missing like a whole month when my father died. So there's like I got left back because of that. Now school wasn't making no and I got kicked out. So so Ryan, you know what I'm saying, long story short here, I ended up going to left Butler, went to Garinger. I'm at Garinger. I'm just doing my joint. I'm in the library at this time, 15, 16-year-old on Hip Hop DX. Or was it Hip Hop DX that time? No, it wasn't Hip Hop DX. It was All Hip Hop, allhiphop.com. And I was just listening to just mad stuff. And then I would go out, and I would be printing out, because they ain't have no say. I'll print out. Don't judge me. I would print out pictures of Dragon Ball Z. It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Just everything for Dragon Ball Z. They had fan fictions. It was just all this. I mean, they said, dude, this is how Super Saiyan 5 look like. Oh, snap. Print them out. Bro, I had suitcases of Dragon Ball Z art. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to look at, I'm saying, I was fascinated with Dragon Ball Z. Man, you already know what it is. Yeah. Toonami at 5. Well, doing the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? So that was it, bro. Every time. We was locked in. And one time they had a big cipher out in the courtyard. And I just happened to I was like walking into the joint from the library, and I jumped in the cipher. And I don't remember this, but Ron he said I jumped in the cipher and I wrecked everybody that was there. Like I went through everybody, tore everybody down. Then I walked into the thing and just kept downloading Dragon Ball Z pictures. He's like, bro, I remember this. Like everybody kept trying to battle you after that. You just was like, nah, I don't rap, I don't whatever. He was like, bro, like you don't remember that? I don't remember that, but he remembered that. So I was like, word, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, you know, man, I make beats. You know, you want to try to learn how to make beats. So he gave me this joint, Fruity Loops 5. It's Fruity Loops 5 at the time. I think of 5, yeah.
For those that don't know, they don't call it Fruity Loops anymore.
It's FL Studio.
It's FL Studio. Because I was asked that.
Yeah.
Because I said fruit. Yes.
FL Studio.
FL
now,
Studio.
What has become is evolution. You know, like Pikachu to Raichu, FL Fruity Loops to FL Studio. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah. So Ron hit me up. He come through to the crib. He showed me, you know, on Adobe Audition. That's cool. What Cool Edit Pro back in Cool Edit Pro is now Adobe Audition. So Cool Edit Pro is now Adobe Audition. Part of Adobe Premiere Suite, $64.99 a month. I gotta get rid of that, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. But anyway, so he showed me how to cut samples. I already told you what you do,
but go ahead.
Wait, man.
I'm just saying.
But listen, I'm on your podcast as a guest. You don't correct me on your podcast.
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
So anyway, man, so we out here, and I, you know what I'm saying? He showed me how to chop samples. He gave me the Fruity Loops, and I started, you know, going to town trying to make my own beats, and a couple of them they was trash. But you know, when your beats that, and you're like, yo, bro, look at this beat I just made, bro.
Hold up. And then you got the little cowbell in the back.
Yeah, well, you know, because all you had, I just had the Fruity Loop, whatever the joints was. You know what I'm saying? But that joint led me into, at the time, man, you know, my little brother, you know, Cuddy, he was out there, you know, getting in. I'm gonna be 100. I mean, he started, you know, doing a little gangbang, little people in the area was, you know, getting in trouble, and the little kids was doing their stuff. So it began to be my drive to create music because my little brother showed interest in rap to try to make music to keep him out of trouble. So it became for me not to make music for me to make raps, but to kind of keep him from doing the other stuff that the other kids was doing. You know what I mean?
Being big, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
It makes
see,
sense.
that's 2 times you call me big bro. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it.
No,
You know
that
what I
was
mean?
for Cuddy.
No, bro.
Yes,
It's
it
okay.
was.
It's from the heart. I understand. From the heart, the mouth speaks, bro. I understand. You're good.
I'm not even going into that with you.
Yo, right? But yeah, so that was it. He kind of became part of the reason why I started to kind of go hard with the production. As a matter of fact, the first when he went to 106 in Park, and the song he had, the Carolina Swag, that was the beat that I had made. And he was like, yo, bro, that beat fly. Yo, can I just listen to that? Throw on the CD for me to listen to? I'm like, yeah, sure. I put it on. The next thing you know, 2 weeks later, I hear it on the radio. I'm like, yo, what happened to my beat? Yo, bro, I made this song to it. It was just too fly. Dang, he on BET 106 in Park with my song. I'm like, yo, bro, bro, the beat's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, words. So then did some stuff with him when he was doing his NASCAR deal as Mr. NASCAR, produced some of them joints. But it was real great, man.
Yeah, I remember them.
So it was just being able to honor and feed into my little brother and to help, you know what I'm saying, support him. While still, as an artist myself, still growing my sound, but being able to help to pull him from a lot of the trouble that some of his friends was going into, you know?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember everything, but I remember that time. So, lyricist, you're producing these instrumentals. That's around the time we met.
Mm-hmm.
To give this the timeline, because I think I recorded 4 tracks,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and I can't remember what the song was, but my little cousin Tony took whatever he said and made him a beat,
Mm-hmm.
and he never used it. You remember what that beat was? You remember that song?
Nah, bro.
Fresh to Death.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That, oh my God, that beat was, back then, that was it. Now it's like,
It aged like spoiled milk.
no, it didn't. That song still go hard. I don't care what you say. So what happened was, Cuddy didn't use it. I did. It was my.
Oh, that's the fresh to death.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
That at that time, that was probably the best song I had. Fresh to death when I step out of the house, got my Bible in my hand and my word in my mouth. Man,
yeah.
I look so clean. I got Jesus on me. I don't remember anything after
Bro,
that.
you sound like, said the evangelist Easy E out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Said, popping on the block in my 6'4", spreading the word, loving the Lord.
Only you. So listen, you've done all of this. You've done the comic book stuff. You done the producing. You do the lyrics. We start rapping together. We got a couple of songs. I don't even know if we even released them songs, honestly, now.
Nah, you still got to come to my studio to finish the other joint when we was like for 8 months ago.
Ron, because I know you watching this. I told you, get your brother. So, yeah, I told Ron, I said, we got stuff that we got to do.
You live up the street from me, bro.
We're not going into that either. That's a long walk. 3 minutes, that's a long walk. So anyway, you made me lose my timeline. So
us meeting.
Yeah, that's when we met. We started doing music. You were one of the producers, one of the lyricists, one of the people to help do a lot. Now, you already talked about Aunt Candy, right? Yeah. Before we crossed the tracks, did you have people really supporting what you were doing? Or was it just people jumping on the bandwagon because of the music and things like that? Or like how did that look? Because I don't think we ever discussed that.
I mean, like if you do, I think the portion of me, which is why I'm still doing music, is like I never did it for the support of people. When you do it for the love of the art, people see that and then they're drawn to that. You know You know what I mean? So much today is manufactured. They try to manufacture a love. I mean, but when you manufacture a love, that's infatuation, and infatuation fades. It doesn't grow. It fades. It reaches a point and then it fades away when it's revealed that you aren't what they've idolized. So I've never tried to grow an infatuation type of relationship with any of my listeners. I just create from the love of the art and then allow them to share, share, partake with me, and if they like it, they like it. But before then, nah, man, I think the biggest portion, I guess, support system I had was Chris and my sister Tiffany. By the way, as phenomenal a producer I was back in the day, my sister Tiffany, Miss Instrumental, was, man. Tiff was fire. She still is fire, man. But she's man. But she's so humble, and she puts herself. She serves the church on an audio team, married to a phenomenal man. But she used to go to beat competitions, kill it. I mean, her the way she structured the records is crazy. Miss Instrumental, I think she still got the Miss Instrumental. Is her Instagram. If you're on there, like, follow her. But yeah, Tiffany was amazing, and it was really just challenging me because I love samples, but she come out the air with it. You know what I'm saying? And but that's, of course, us both taken from my mother, because my mother played the keys, so she played the keys. My hands too fat for that. My hands only reach out for the chicken leg. I don't do, you know what I'm saying? I don't play piano keys. You know what I'm saying? If I could grab 5 chicken tenders at the same time, I'll make it, but I can't do that like that.
So Tiff, you already know it's coming. We'll call you. Cause you got to get up here, cause the way Tiff works, I can't put it into words.
Yeah, Tiff is a magician.
Yeah, she is.
Wizardry.
Very.
But I know she don't do no witchcraft.
That part. Bet not. Older or not. Yeah. We'll whoop you. So, let me see where we at.
So we was at, by the time that I had met you, I think, was you about to ask, like, what changed? Because we were still rocking out, the regular hip hop before.
I wasn't, but since you want to go ahead and segue into it, yes. Y'all, we got songs that may be a good thing they didn't come out. I mean, we wasn't gangsters.
Y'all was. I come and shoot up the mall. We do bigger, you small. Make it big when you see him.
He wasn't. Cut was like, I don't know, man.
Hey, bro, so.
But there are other realms that we touched that yeah.
It's crazy. But
yeah,
so
I think that's why them songs ain't never come out.
Yeah, bro. I think, man, the thing that changed for me, because I was always, saying, I say this, just because you grow up in church culture, you grow up in the church, don't mean that you have a relationship with Christ, that you haven't developed that, because you're going off of your parents made you. You have an understanding from other people's viewpoints. So you heard this or you heard that, and you never really truly planted the seed to experience that for yourself. So at that time, I was like 20, 21, 22. I was living with a shorty. We had just broke up, you know what I'm saying? Was chilling out, was going to the strip club with my best friend, was going crazy. And I remember, like, when I would go to I don't know, this is going crazy to the left, but when I would go to the strip clubs with my bro, it was like, he was like, yo, hey, come out, bro, it's a good time, be old enough. And I would go, but I would just be like, it'd be like, okay, this booty's cheeks, whatever. It don't matter to me. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I was never, like, drawn into, like, looking at the woman like crazy. It's just like, okay, it's flesh.
Attraction, or what most people go there for.
Yeah, so it was just whatever. Like, we actually went to a spot. I'm not gonna get a name out. We went to the spot because they had a banging breakfast buffet from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. And we would go there. We hang out on Saturdays. We would go to the breakfast buffet. And bro, their place was huge. They had the banging eggs Benedict, bro. They making you fresh omelets right there. The lady's like, you want to dance? I'm like, nah, but can you bring me a clean plate though? I need some more pancakes. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like that.
You went for the food.
Yeah, I was there for the food.
He went for the entertainment.
And the fellowship, and he was there. And I never, in all the years that we were going, which I felt like was the grace of God, like, over me, even in the midst of my just being there, I never got into the place of, like, attraction. To this one time, I mean, we went to mad spots. And then one time I went, and it was a Sunday after I told the Lord, I gave my heart to him. I was like, Jesus, I really want to be serious with this thing. I'm so sorry. I've been playing around for so long. And And that was the same Sunday the Super Bowl was happening. I don't remember what the Super Bowl it was for. It was when the Giants won a Super Bowl. Because my best friend invited me over to his family house. He watched the Giants win the Super Bowl. It was supposed to be going on the way home. He was like, "Hey, bro, you want to stop by the strip club?" I was like, "Not really, bro." He's like, "Come on, bro, it's early. Let's just go, man. I'll cover you, whatever." So I was like, "All right, then let's go." And I went, and for the first time ever, bro, like I went there and I felt like I was like a shark smelling blood, bro. Like I really was like, yo, I literally had to tie myself to the seat because I was like, Lord, is this the spirit of lust that you kept me from all this time? And I ran out of that place. I stayed there. He's like, bro, why you leave? I was like, bro, I feel like I just gotta go home. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I talked to my cousin about it after. I was like, yo, cousin, man, what's this? What happened? He was like, yo, listen, bro, that's the word. So you got to be hot or cold, bro. It's either hot or cold. You can't say you living for Christ and then go and be a part of it and being here like that.
Right.
And I was like, word, bro, that's 100. Well, then that's it. It was over and done. From that day. And then I think a week later, you hit me up like, hey, bro, it's going on, man. We're going to get this music finished. I'm like, actually, bro, what we got, the ability to perform is a God-given gift. So I'll choose to give my gift back to God, bro. You know what I mean?
This dude called me with the hallelujahs, the praise the Lord, all the quote unquote stereotypical church hollering stuff. And I'm like, so you not gonna finish this album? He was like, nah, bro, I gave my life back to God. And I said, so why would you do that? He's like, bro, you don't understand. And I'm like, I really don't. Because I don't understand. You should have let us finish this album and then said, okay, God, I'm ready. He's like, nah, bro, that's not how it works. Da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And hey, and I think that you should too. And my response was, for what? We're going to hold off on the rest of that story. But I remember you called me and you were doing all of that. And I was like, yo, I had to call up everybody. Yo, this dude gave his life back to God. I don't know why he couldn't wait until we got rich, until we got famous. Like, we about to drop one of these dopest albums that's ever going to hit the street in Charlotte. Guess what? That album is still in production, never to be seen again. And I remember that. And after that, that's when things just started weighing on me. And I was like, yo, I don't want to. But I feel that's the only way I'm going to be able to pursue life. That's the only way I'm going to be able to live. And right after that, I think I lost my job. And I was like, well, I guess this is what rock bottom feel like. That was also around the time, because you were never there. But this is around the time, every 2 weeks, I'm basically spending my rent money on liquor. Now, I had the money for my rent, but I spent that same amount every month in liquor. And, I mean, every weekend, my excuse was, I can't go to church drunk, so I guess I'm going to tell my mom and them I ain't coming. And it was like an intentional thing. And I know we're going left because this is still right, man. Look, hold on. This is still about the creative roots of right now a vast majority of different things in one. But that's when I said something's got to give. I lost my job. I was about to lose the apartment. I hit rock bottom, and I kind of woke up. And just based on what you have been doing, that was your phone call was a seed planted for me, because I've talked to Christians. I've talked to Jesus people. You know what I'm saying? But based on where our relationship was, and regardless of what I said, you did not say, well, I can't fool with this dude no more. You stayed right there and said, listen, I'm telling you, listen. And I'm sitting there like, no, you're not hearing me. You're not listening to me. I got to do this album. because I got to. And I just remember being approached at a church. Do you know Jesus? No. Would you like to know Jesus? Yes. Would you like to join the church? Sure. Those were not my initial answers. When the pastor said, turn to the person near you that does not go here, that you do not know, and ask these 3 questions. And I'm sitting over there with my gangster self. I wish it would. Don't ask me nothing, because I'm saying no. I still got to finish this album. I don't care what's going on. And without even giving myself time to think or process, soon as the guy started asking me questions, shout out to Deacon Butler. Shout out to Kobe Butler. I love you, man, because if it wasn't for you asking, I can guarantee you I would have still said no. I probably wouldn't even be where I'm at right now. But he asked them 3 questions. And without a hesitation, I said yes. And ever since then, I've been here, you know. But I'm gonna digress from that. We'll talk about that later.
Bro, I want to say one point, bro. And I thank you for bringing it up. It's the thing that I try to do, man. It's like it's all relational. You know what I'm saying? Like when we see in the scripture, in the text, that Jesus sat with the sinners, he ain't sit down and be like, you the sinner. You just, like, they already knew who they were. He already knew who he was. And when he came to the table, the wisdom, the love, the things that he shared with them changed and transformed them. But if he never took a position at the table,
Right.
then nothing would have never happened. So the fact that when we separate ourselves from interactions and think that we better than whoever, like, nah, bro, I'm still a mess. I'm still broken heart. I still have all these things, but in the midst of it, I still have Jesus and I have peace. You know what I'm saying? So I can't think of myself better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never going, like, just because I got no heaven or hell to put you in. You know what I'm saying? I got no heaven or hell to put you in. The only thing that I can do is be a light, be salt, and help, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, like, love you the way that Jesus called me to love. And that's it. So I appreciate fresh out the box that I was able to love on you, pause. You know what I mean? Bro, fresh out the box, pause the whole section. The past 5-second pause rule, flag on the play.
Very.
Flag on the play, you know what I'm saying?
Very, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but it was just, man, just to be able, you know what I'm saying, to not shy away and be nervous, you know what I'm saying, with, hey, how this conversation gonna go? Like, yo, bro, I'm telling you this was going on, this where I'm at, and I'm not ashamed to let you know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also not gonna judge you for the direction that you're choosing to take. I just hope that, you know what I mean, in life that, we still link up, we still walk together, I still love you, you know what I mean? But it's just, this is what it is,
Yeah. Yeah, man, this is all kinds of creativity in these roots going on, because I mean, there's never just one. Oh my Jesus, there's never just one root stem.
Yeah, but
it's a lot.
Deeply rooted.
Very, very 20 something plus years.
Yeah.
And I feel this was all God ordained, honestly, because my album, I was gonna come out with an album. I was gonna write this extremely heartfelt song, and the last line was gonna be F this S, I'm going gospel. And then I was gonna turn into this Christian gospel artist, because I already felt the need that I needed to make that transition. But I said, hold on, Jesus. Hold on, God. I hear you and I see you. But hold on. Because it's still some females over here I gotta holler at. It's still things that I gotta do over here. I gotta make sure that I get this done and then get that done. Because in the midst of me doing my music, I was never going to speak about something that I did not do or was not willing to do. I didn't have a lot of songs about killing people, but I had no issue with fighting. I had no issue with robbing you. I had no issue with even being a man and sitting down and having a conversation to avoid all conflict. And I spoke about those things, and it was who I was. So that yeah, I'm gonna digress from that. But yeah, dude, the fact that you still stayed there and still here. You know what I'm saying? You are one of the fewer people that I talk to on a weekly basis. And again, God ordained, we live in the same neighborhood.
Facts. Because you copying me, bro. That's what big little bro follow big bro. That's how it go. It's little bro. See?
So what
y'all
really
see,
happened
y'all
is...
see it. No, y'all see it, right?
So
Don't let
what
him say
really
no
happened
fibs.
is...
Don't let him lie to you. Don't let him lie to you.
So what really happened is I was just trying to save $30,000 off my mortgage. That's how we ended up in the same neighborhood. I'm just saying. But okay. Let's
All
come
right, let's
back.
really-
I don't
let's
think
really
we
back
really
up.
deterred from
Nah.
the main subject because we're still here. You know what I'm saying? So I was there doing a lot. You ended up with one of our other brothers doing a tour, the rap tour, Realize Anything's Possible.
Uh-huh.
That was national, all connecting 48 states.
Yep.
Never made it to Alaska or Hawaii.
No.
You know, Trump probably still trying to figure out who the president of Puerto Rico is, but we're going to leave that alone. How was that experience? I know what it was like because I was there for a week, but...
Yeah. So it was different. First and foremost, just driving an Equinox with a trailer attached to it through all kinds of weather and
Yes.
stuff, in the rain and the snow and stuff. That's a driving. We were driving through the rain and stuff with an Equinox and a trailer attached to it. So yeah, that was difficult. But nah, it was a great experience. First and foremost, just to be able to go and show. I mean, to touch, over 250,000 kids' lives. Let me make sure I say 250,000 kids' lives. To impact 250,000 kids.
There we go. That's a better word.
That's a better way to say that.
Very.
Y'all see the Lord said working on you do. But to be able to impact that many young people, in a culture, I say this, man, hip hop is the number one genre in the entire world. It's transformed so many cultures. It's become a part of our everyday lives in film and everything that we do. So when it comes to hip hop music, there's always a preconceived notion of what it is, how it's conceived, how it's received, what we've come to do. And even though that our assembly was called Realize Anything's Possible, based on bringing forth the character education that all teachers across all America have modeled in a way that can be translated to all their children and their youth. I mean, fun, exciting assembly, projected music, lights, all that, just full-blown concert. It still was difficult for some of them to receive rap in a positive light because of what they experience. Like, I see on TV, rap is this and rap is that. So are you going to be talking about, the teacher asked, are we going to be teaching the kids how to roll blunts? Like,
whoa,
bro, we at school, bro. Are you teaching them how to roll blunts? You got more paper than I got. You know what I'm saying?
Or you trying to get the knowledge on how to roll a blunt?
What's going on? So it was just being able to go in there to throw out assemblies, to have it be the most impactful. I mean, we went into places where we most times, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't expect us to be at, and you could still see like the impact of when we left. They didn't want us to leave. They spread the word about us, you know what I'm saying? Because the only correlation they had to us as rappers was what they saw on TV, what they saw in the media. So their expectation for us had no basis. But when they met us as people and what we did, man, we helped to change their perspective forever, as well as the kids and the youth, to say, hey, you can create what you want to do music-wise, and it don't have to be in that way. I remember back in the early 2010, 2011, when we would go to a lot of open mics and we would see there a lot of cats, a lot of young people talking on the record, doing what the young people talk about. And I would pull them aside and say, hey, bro, you have excellent stage presence. Your tone, your music is dope, but you should try to get in a sync placement, because with sync, you can get your songs on video games, on movie scores, and all this advertisement stuff, and you can keep the money rolling in. And all you have to do is just take the cussing out. Your music, you have a brand that's great for sync, and you can make more money than you would try to do all these shows and stuff and build a database and a brand. I mean, and it's on commercials. The number one thing people forget, The ba 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 ba. Justin Timberlake sung that. Pusha T wrote that. Pusha T from the Clips. Grinding. Pusha T. We have the meat. That's Pusha T. Arby's brand. Pusha T. The same, you know what I mean? The dissing Drake, you know what I mean? Selling all pounds by the way. Pusha T. And making all his money not from his music, but from the sync license in place. Making these songs with purpose for monetary value. They'll say, hey, you have the gift and you have the creativity. Put it in the form of this way. And you can still gain money and income from it. And you don't have to, that's if you, I'm saying you can still do your radio stuff if you want to do that. Yeah. But put it in a way where it can always be lucrative and come back to you as a creative. Don't limit yourself to just street talk and that hot girl music. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the popularity loves, because it's going to take forever for them to grind. But if you take that same talent, you put it in a place in a marketplace where they can take it and use it for branding and everything else, you still get residual from that. And that also puts you in a database where that song that you use that may be played out in 2 weeks on a radio has a life of 5-10 years with different advertised brands all over the world pulling from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the other creativity part that kids don't see, that a lot of people don't see or don't pay attention to because they worried about getting on the radio, being seen on this and that platform. But the money is behind the scenes and staying grinding and stuff like that. So even that process, bringing that understanding into youth, you know what I mean? That you don't have to be on the stage all the time.
Yeah, because I was going to mention that. That in holy culture. Yeah. So music syncing. You... Ron and Omega Sparks, y'all have, I'll call it a deal, but I know that's not what it is with Holy Culture, right? Y'all have something going on with Holy Culture Radio, right? But I also know you and Sparks do music syncing. You just spoke on the music syncing. Can you simplify for people that still don't know what that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the music sync is when you make a sound sample free. So you're making a music with the purpose to be used for advertisement, film, TV, radio, advertisement. So you're making music simply for this subject. So one of the bar joints, if you make a song about like fighting, this broad subject is overcome. I'm gonna make it, yeah. I'm gonna make it, yeah. You can never take it, and you got your own.
The triumphant.
You know what I'm saying? You got so bang, you putting that in. So anybody got a song with a cut scene or somebody fighting or boxing or they make it overcoming, whatever in the film, they want to come to you. They want to do a song, about boxing gym or sports gym. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna pull from their library, and there's libraries that's out there. Hundreds of libraries that are linked in with big labels and stuff, and they pull music from this joint. Even producers, if you watch shows like the Housewives of Atlanta, or whatever, or the what's the TV show, or Remade My House, whatever, and they got people up there with they tinkling while they searching for their house, driving down the road. Yeah. Somebody made that beat. They put it in a sync library, and now they getting paid from the residuals every time the episode run. In different markets, they getting paid off the rerun. They getting residuals off of that. And you think you got to make a 50 million with, I'm saying, orchestra crazy. That's
something
it.
that simple.
That's simple.
Can get you paid.
That's simple.
And nobody even has to know that it's you or your name, but you. You register that song properly. You do all your copywriting and stuff. You take care of the back office, quote unquote, paperwork stuff to make sure when somebody does use your stuff, you instantly get paid. I still get a royalty check from that album that came out in 2015. Yeah. I haven't promoted that album. I don't even talk about that album.
Pay's still coming though.
Pay's still coming. And I'm not going to complain. You know what I'm saying? So, from that, you have the thing with Holy Culture. I can't remember what Ron called it.
So with Holy Culture, me and Ron and what Omega has dealing with Holy Culture. Shout out to my bros at DJ Lawson Found. He invited me to be a part of his record called at Everybody Welcome. Yo, bro, I found this beat. I would love for you to rock with it. But let's tap in. He hit me up. I said, yo, I wrote the hook. Yo, I know who to hit up. My dude, Ron Smith. Let me get him on a hook. My bro Handles McGee out of Atlanta. Crazy MC. Yo, let me tap him. We tapped him. We put that joint together. Holy Culture was pushing it. Ran into some issues. Had to redo the beat because that's what happened with industry stuff. Because Holy Culture, if you don't know, Holy Culture Radio is the only Christian hip-hop radio station in the world, and it's on Sirius XM. It's the only one in the world on Sirius XM. Play 24/7. Placement, you know what I'm saying, time. So it's a big serious thing to rock with Holy Culture. You know what I'm saying? So they reached out to me. I did that. I did a couple records with Omega Sparks, and they've been doing like campaigns and such with that as well. So I know Omega has something different with Holy Culture. He has something, I don't know what Ron has with him, if he's doing something different. I know with Rapzilla, I have a distribution deal through Syntax Creative with them. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Rapzilla. I'm also do sync. I did sync for All Elite Wrestling, AW in their video game Fight Forever. Their Who We Are Volume 1 and Volume 2. I created some of their wrestling themes. Shouts out to Thunder Rosa, you know what I'm saying? So it's different opportunities open up. But the thing is, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That part.
You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. The opportunities open up. You just have to be able to present yourself in a professional manner. So when you walk in the door, you can say, I got something that will pass every test. The test of time, sound test, value, performance, quality, all of that. And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to come in humility because, you know what I'm saying, the greatest shall be the least, man. Those who the greatest should serve. So I'm going to come through, how can I serve you and your business, whatever else that you're trying to do? How can I line up with your vision to help amplify it? You know what I mean?
And that's a big thing too, because some people always want to take. You have to know how to be a servant. You can't just come straight in because nobody knows how hot you are but you. And most of the time, the people that feel and think that they are that hot nowadays, hot garbage.
Right. But,
you know, you have to know how to maneuver in these spaces instead of just jumping and saying, yo, check out my mixtape. No. Hey, I see you got this going on. Is there anything that I can help with?
Well, I say this, and excuse me for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
I know, like, so music, it's a marketplace. So when you do a marketplace, you offering something. You picture, if you ever been to Queens, it's a spot that used to be there called the Coliseum Block. You pull up, and people, they got the bootleg DVDs and the saying they got the fake Nikes. They was real to me though, but they're saying they got all the clothes up there. You know what I'm saying, that fell off of the truck. You know what I mean? And you go there and everybody got some of the same stuff, but it's how you make the appeal for you. Yo, I got the mixtapes 5 for 20. Oh, word, I got 10 for 20. It's how you servicing, how you offering yourself to the marketplace, because the consumers are who you serving. You're serving the people are the consumers. If you like, bro, all I want to do is I want to serve shrimp. And you live in a neighborhood where everybody is allergic, they got seafood allergies, you never gonna serve what you got, bro, because you didn't take the consumer in mind.
Right. And that plays a big part.
Facts.
It plays into everything. So, listen, we covered a lot.
We have.
Huh?
I said we have.
Yes. You started everything around that age of 13, which has been like a reoccurring thing with everybody. Everybody has had something happen about the age 8 or 9, and then something around 13, 15, and then 18 to 25. We've covered that, even though we didn't mention that, right? We talked about Holy Culture. Check them out. And then we talked about
Thank you, Trig. First of all, I'll say this. Holy Culture and Rapzilla have been two of the most I think Rapzilla almost 25 years. Flavor Fest coming up 25 years. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with Christian hip hop, but for almost 25, 30 years. Matter of fact, before that, we've been around. I tell you something that you don't know. 2 Live Crew, who was with Luke, they started off as Christian rappers. Back in the 80s, they made one album, and then Luke was like, booties! And it was like, we coming to the booties. And then there's 2 Live Crew was with Luke forever after that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. We out here, cuz.
Always. So listen, we covered the sinking. We covered a lot, right? What piece of advice can you give to people? Because, I mean, you really given a lot of advice in this episode. But what advice, one thing if you had to tell anybody one thing, what would that one thing be? As far as people that want to, in the creative space that want to do music or any type of creativity, I'm gonna leave that to you.
Yeah, so I just say, but it's two things. One, keep going, and two is no, just break your limits. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll box yourself in. Number one, it's like this: keep going. If you have a passion for this, whether you get paid or not. When we wasn't getting paid for shows, we wasn't getting paid for music. We still did it because we love to create. We love to see people's expressions on it. And I think what happened is that along the way, people said, "Hey, this has become a financial thing." So we just switched. It went from fun to finances. So when you switch from fun to finance, now you find fault in the people and people you had friends with. Now you like F them because you feeling. I'm just throwing F's up there. You know what I'm saying?
I knew that was coming. I already know.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a joint. You know what I'm saying? You lose the fun of it when you create it for the love of creating, and now it's a financial thing. So now you're like, I have to do this, and then don't mistake a hobby for a calling. Just because you're good at something, you know what I'm saying? Don't mean so many people have ruined their marriages like, yo, I want to do music full time, but they don't have full time work ethic. They don't wake up in the morning and try to think about how can I push my song out to 100 people, to send it out to every radio station, to put these songs out. How time can I write? How many songs can I write today? How much studio time can I get? What producer can I link? What content can I? There's a work ethic that goes along with being a winner. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a winning work ethic, develop that. But keep going. If you keep going and working in excellence, because excellence is all that is in you. That's why we staying on you. Because it's in you, like Gatorade, without the Gatorade parts. Yeah, it's in you. Bro. You know what I'm saying? but listen, right? But the whole thing is, man, just staying consistent. And I say this, when I say don't limit yourself, I mean, don't say, hey, I only make boom bap music, so I don't want to ever make slow ballads. I don't ever want to try to switch my sound up to C, because it may be a song that you make that you oh snap, I never even thought I could do. Like me and my bros and Third Cousin, shout out Third Cousin Glasses, B-Means. We got a song, we made a whole album, retro 90s hip hop album. We got a song on there called Montage. And we made a song, it was like an 80s rock montage type of joint. And everybody was going crazy. Like, bro, this is our favorite song in it. We didn't know y'all could do those on the b-ball court shooting beers all day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know we could do none of that, bro. So, and it was also amazing. And we had more people that drawn to the record because of that song that we were testing out doing. So would we ever do a full album like that? Nah. But don't be afraid to get out of the box. But keep going regardless. Keep step by step. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. A baby isn't formed in the stomach in a day, unless it's the fly. In the fly, was it a built in a day? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Anyway, Species. It was born as day, Species. That's back in the 90s, yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm saying, man. Continue to keep going, work at your craft day by day, step by step, and don't be afraid to break your limits. Don't put yourself in a box, because the only time you're going to be in a box that you can't get out of is when you're dead.
Let that sink in.
Bet.
Listen, don't quit. Don't give up. Unless you really are just that bad, then just find something else.
Nah, listen.
Get your work ethic.
No. Stop it. Even if you're really bad, just make it and just share it with your friend. I have friends who are really not good, and I tell them continue on. You know what I'm saying? Make it what you do, bro, but don't have the expectation I'm gonna be on the charts doing whatever. Just make what you make for the love of creating, man. Because at the end of the day,
have an end goal in mind.
You'll die with that stuff in you and feel incomplete. Let it out. If it's like gas, you hold it in, it's gonna blow up. You're gonna blow up. Yeah. You're gonna die inside, and then it's gonna smell when you die.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So with that, have an end goal in mind, but with your end goal, take the proper steps to accomplish that end goal.
Facts.
Because you can't have an end goal set for 5 years and think that you're gonna get there in 5 minutes. So you gotta figure that out.
Word.
What up, Shamar? So we're gonna end on that, right?
Yeah. Because I gotta get to the chicken place across the street, bro. The chicken was smelling good.
I'm not even going there with you. It is good.
You're
though.
not going there because you got another podcast to do. I'm going
We're
there.
not discussing that. So listen, tell people where they can find you.
No, bro. I don't want people coming to my house like that, bro.
Boy, I'm talking about your social.
Oh, okay.
medias.
Yeah. So, everywhere is MISTERCUTRIGHT. That's Mr. Cutright. Make sure you put, I'm grown, sir. I'm grown. Mr. Address me as such. But Mr. Cutright on Twitter, on Instagram, Cutright on Spotify, CUTRIGHT. Ain't no W's in my name because I get W's in real life. Bow. You know what I'm saying? And also it's Cutright Raps on TikTok. I think it is. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But you can find me wherever, if you hear, if wherever fried chicken goes into the fryer, wherever there's fresh Air Force Ones or Nike up-tempos, where there's comic books on the turn, where there's anime and Dragon Ball Z being watched, and where there's a praise, that's where you'll find him. Cutright, coming soon to a cookout near you.
And on that note, listen, I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast. Again, this is my brother, right? And I love him.
Why you ain't put the big there this time? See, you trying not to?
No, told you, you only get one. You will never. Anyway, appreciate y'all for tuning in. All his links and everything will be in the description below. Shout out to Charlotte Podcast Studio for sponsoring this episode. And we are out. Peace. Hey, real quick, just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Creative Roots Podcast. If you are a creative and you're interested in being a guest on this podcast, feel free to send a DM on Instagram or TikTok, and you can find us at creativeroots.podcast on both, Creative Roots Podcast on Facebook, and we look forward to talking to you soon.